So today we're going to be using our warm and cool color papers to create a ocean seascape. So the first thing you're going to do is you notice how this fits right along here. You want to tear this into probably 3 pieces, starting on the short side. So if you're not sure where, ask me before you do it, but you want to kind of tear and just take your time and cut all the way across. Then you want to do another one of those. And that white at the top is actually really nice. It makes it look sort of like foam. Now you may want to use only 2 of these, or you may want to add a 3rd one. It's up to you. Next, you need to glue those down. And so the best idea is to have that rough edge at the top, and you want to put some glue along that flat edge. You could use a glue stick, or sometimes Elmer's glue works better with this thick paper. Remember, you need to be patient with it upside down. And if I put a line of glue right across that, right near the bottom, then I should be able to fit it exactly in the bottom. Now with my next part, same thing. I'm going to put some glue across the bottom, and I want to slide it behind this one. So it's a little bit tricky. You might need to move it, but you want to get those kind of slid in there, press them down. It might take a little bit of pressure to make them stick. And the last one, same idea. Sometimes I think it even helps to turn this over at this point and really rub it on the back to make sure that that is stuck pretty well. Next, you're going to begin adding your sailboats. Now you're going to want to have it probably at least 3. And we know from looking at the photos, when things are closer to us, they appear larger. And when they're further away near the horizon line, they appear smaller. So to make my sails, I might make 1 pretty big triangle, 1 medium triangle, and 1 small triangle. I could even make a tinier one. Then when I cut those out, you may want to use all of these, or you may want to just use a few. If you want to decorate the sails, you can. And now this biggest triangle is going to go in the foreground. That means towards the front. The medium one is going to go in the middle. And I might even just use this tiny one. Is going to go way back near the horizon line. So to create the rest of my boat, I have all of these brown strips of paper. And one good way to use them is, if it's close up to you, is to measure about how wide you want your boat to be, the bottom of your boat. And then I think it helps just to cut off the 2 corners. If that's too deep of a bottom, I could trim it off a little bit. And then this makes 1 boat. I could slip it in here, and I could attach this. Could use a little piece to attach it down. Sometimes instead of attaching the whole boat separately, it helps just to glue down the bottom part of the boat. I'm going to tuck it in the waves. Then I could glue down the little mast part. And then I could glue down my sail. If some of the glue squishes out, it's okay. It will dry clear. So next I want my medium size sailboat to go part way back. So again, maybe I'll use one of these papers. I'm going to cut the corners off to make the bottom of my boat. I could trim it a little bit. You could make whatever shape you like for that. A few dots to stick it maybe behind these waves. I could use a little piece of paper to make the mast. And I could overlap the sail on the mast. And then my tiniest boat could go right way back on the horizon. It could be way back here. I might not even be able to see the bottom boat part of it, or I could use just a little piece. Also, when things get further away from us, they have less details are visible too. So you might only be able to see just a little bit of the boat and the sail. You might not even see that mast when it's so far away. You could just do it like this. Okay, and when that's all finished, they're going to go on the drying rack. If you want to add more boats, you could stagger them in different ways, but they look really beautiful. Have fun.